What's up? All right, I am on vacation, as you could maybe see. Uh, I've been getting comments on the channel being like, why are you covering old videos? Why are you doing old stuff? I did a video on like Seb Gorka from a C-SPAN video that was like 2 weeks ago. I know, look, I'm on vacation. What do you want me to do? So I like worked my ass off last week to like have extra videos just to have people complain that the stuff's old. But you know what? I'm on vacation, but I got some time here for a minute after eating breakfast. So I want to cover Bernie Sanders. So Bernie just had he's going to have, are going to appear at Walmart's annual meeting. So, by the way, I'll also be taking some questions if I have time after this. So, Walmart workers have invited Bernie Sanders to crash their annual meeting. Now, the amazing part about this is they invited Bernie. And once again, it shows you that there is only really one candidate that is actually standing up for workers. So, you have this annual meeting with Walmart where essentially he is going to appear to give some ideas to the Walmart executives what they should do. So in terms of raising wages, in terms of adding benefits. Now, I read a little bit more about what Walmart has actually done for their employees recently, and it was a hilarious article because they were trying to defend themselves saying, oh, we're working with workers, we're doing exactly what they want, we're giving them more benefits. They recently gave them 48 hours sick leave, and they're acting like that's a huge deal. It just goes to show you how out of touch these incredibly wealthy people are. The Walmart family is worth over $170 billion. Meanwhile, their employees have to live off food stamps, other benefits that taxpayers pay into, while the Walmart family continues to make more and more money for themselves. So having Bernie Sanders there, I hope there's going to be video of this because it'll be hilarious. It sounds like they're going to try to make it really short. I think last year they said they only gave 30 minutes or an hour and a half for proposals from the employees. So you can tell the Walmart executives don't really care what their employees actually have to say and what they actually have to suggest for, to help these people. Again, you have people that work their ass off, working 2 and 3 jobs, and they have to live off benefits that are paid for by taxpayers because they aren't being paid enough at their job. So Bernie Sanders being invited by the workers, I mean, how many examples do we have to show that this is like the only guy running for president that is actually standing up for real people? Now, I'd go more into this, but the weather's like so nice here. I'm having a hard time really focusing on anything that is newsworthy. But let me look at some comments here. So if you got some comments, I'll check them out. Let me see what I can view. All right. Yeah, this is not easy on an iPhone. Can't wait for primary debates. Okay, somebody asked me a question. Damn, the Rational National is a daddy? I don't know what's happening. Nancy's an empty suit. I don't shop at Walmart. I'm sorry my fingers are in the camera, but this is a phone. Only so much I can do. Nancy Pelosi has a primary challenger named Shahid Buttar. I did not know that. I will look more into that when I get home. But that sounds pretty cool. Christo Avalis, who, by the way, you should all subscribe to. He's a great YouTuber. Says it's a pretty crucial thing, really, because it really hammers home that Bernie isn't just running for president, but is running to change the social order. Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the huge benefits. I'll scroll through more of these later. That's one of the huge benefits of having someone like Bernie run for president is he's essentially an activist. So you have somebody who isn't just, a typical politician running for themselves, running for their ego, but they have a lifetime, they have a whole history of fighting for these issues. And they have, the reason he gives a different perspective and the reason why he's so important in this race is because he actually names names. He calls people out. He calls out Walmart. He calls out Jeff Bezos. He calls out the powerful by name. It's not simply, these other candidates are going to say, oh, the wealthy are making too much money. We have to tax them a little bit more. But they're not going to call out the greed. They're not going to call out how the system was rigged by the very people that are screwing everybody else. Really, only Bernie is doing that. So again, it shows you that it's really a different level of a candidate compared to everybody else. I'm gonna read some more comments here. I'm gonna try to scroll to the top. There's already a lot. Go enjoy your vacation. We'll see you soon. I know, but it's like, I feel weird being away from the channel for so long. I'm not usually, even when when I've gone on vacation, it's been like 3 or 4 days. It hasn't been for a whole week. So it's, I don't know. I enjoy working. So it's kind of, my finger is really, I can see my finger while I'm scrolling, and it's annoying me. So I can just imagine it's annoying you. All right, what else is here? Thanks for doing this. Cenk does it all the time. Yes, I actually enjoyed, this is, to be honest, I almost enjoy this more than doing my regular videos because it requires almost no prep work. But at the same time, I feel like I can't really inform you as well as I could as if I prepped a video. Suggestion, turn around so the light from the sky can be in your face. Yeah, but then you're gonna be looking at a glass window. You don't want to see that. What would be your ideal VP to Bernie? Probably Elizabeth Warren, maybe Tulsi Gabbard. Pretty much Warren or Gabbard, or honestly, Nina Turner is like my favorite. But in terms of what's realistic, I don't know if he would actually choose her, just simply because with Bernie, because of his age, it's almost like he has to choose somebody that is ready to be president. And the media will definitely go after the fact that Nina Turner has only been a state senator and isn't necessarily ready to be president. So I'm not sure if she would actually be a choice. But basically, Warren or Tulsi, I think, are good choices. Let's see what else. Pete went in on them. Yeah, I saw a little bit about Pete Buttigieg on Fox News. I watched like I think it was a TYT video on that. He seemed to do all right. But again, all these candidates, like, why are we even pretending? We know there's only really one person in the race that is worth actually being president. So to even, play games here and pretend anybody else is worth it is not. I just feel like I'm wasting my time. Like, I'd be like, oh yeah, Pete Buttigieg, well, he says something good, but ultimately, he's not the answer. So why waste so much time on him? But actually, I gotta say, before I read more of these comments, I was watching Morning Joe a couple days ago, and it's so funny, the narrative that they create. So they're talking about, oh, Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. These are the two candidates that have really stood out over the past few months, just completely ignoring the fact that Bernie has the most volunteers, the most amount of donors, just the most energy, the most money in terms of money raised by actual people. To just completely ignore that, they are forcing a narrative on people that doesn't actually exist as a way to create a narrative that benefits the wealthy and the corporate class above everybody else. All right, let me try to see I saw a super chat here. Move to BC. That's from Ahmed Husseini. You know what? Maybe one day I like BC. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I've never been to BC. But I feel like I would like BC because I like the West Coast. I like Portland. I was just in San Francisco for a bit. By the way, San Francisco used to be a place I wanted to live, and then after being there the second time and walking by multiple piles of shits on the sidewalk, I think I've decided it's not really the place I would ever want to live, but it's nice. The weather was shitty when I was there, though. But let me see what else is here. Someone else sent a super chat, I think. What's happening? No, it's not working. All right, never mind. Sorry, I'm trying to find another comment or question. without annoying you with my finger. How much has Bernie raised so far? Yeah, I don't know. I would want to see updated numbers on how much he's raised at this point, but I haven't seen anything new. Are you demoralized by Joe Biden's popularity? Not really, because he hasn't. You have to understand the polling is done by people who really aren't paying attention. I mean, in terms of the people answering these polls. So once the debates start, I think once it gets to September and once it gets to Iowa, I mean, he's already dropping it in. He's already dropping in Iowa in the polls. So I don't think it's gonna last that much longer. But we'll see. But I'm not demoralized simply because I sort of expect that from people who don't know too much about politics. David, does Canada restrict abortions? No, it does not. Yeah, the whole abortion debate I've avoided so far because I feel like, aren't we done with that conversation? Why are we having this conversation again? It's something where, to me, it's obvious. People should have control over their own bodies. That's what it is. I mean, until a person is a person, it's not a person. So that's the end of the debate for me. Where are you on vacation? Do you want to guess? Have some guesses. Let me say it's an island. And I just had breakfast, so that might give you an idea. Okay, let me get a couple more questions here because I got to go in a minute. What should Bernie's debate strategy be? Good question. So, Bernie's debate strategy. He needs to go on the attack. I don't think he will, but I think he needs to really put his record up against everybody else, especially when it comes to Biden and how Biden's been on the wrong side of all of these issues compared to, I mean, all you have to do is look at Biden and Bernie on whether it's the Iraq War, even like the crime bill where they both voted for it. Bernie, when he was talking about it, he was against exactly what Biden was pushing in the crime bill. The only reason Bernie voted for the crime bill was because of the Violence Against Women Act and the, I think there was a ban on assault rifles. So again, even on a bill where you can debate that Bernie voted the wrong way, he voted the wrong way for the right reasons. And I think it's important that he lays out his history compared to Biden in these debates. That's really what has to happen. And I hope they're going to be on the same stage because there's going to be multiple debates. I think at least the first two debates are going to be split in half. So it's going to be randomized in terms of who's actually on the stage. I hope we're going to see Biden and Bernie on the same stage because that's where you're really going to have the clear divide on who is on the right side of issues. All right, a couple more here. Pete is all fluff, no substance. Yep. Okay, every time I hit a super chat, it's not showing me a question, so I'm not sure if you guys are asking the questions or... Yeah. Maybe you're just giving me money, in which case, thank you. But I'm trying to see the super chats. All right, let me get 2 more questions, and then I'll try to see if I can find the super chat questions if there are any. Then I gotta get out of here. How much are crazy expensive medications in Canada like that hepatitis drug in a recent video? I think I broke down in that video how much that drug is in Canada. It's a lot less, and in many cases it's actually covered. So in Ontario, under OHIP Plus, even though Doug Ford is kind of stripping a lot of the benefits away in Ontario, that medication is still covered, I believe. So, I mean, if you need it, it's free. Otherwise, it is still cheaper because of how, forgetting the word here, negotiate drug prices down. So we have generic versions of these drugs, and we negotiate them down, and it's cheaper overall. So in the U.S., I believe that hepatitis drug was almost $2,000. In Canada, I believe it's around 800, I think. Maybe less, but again, it's covered for most people. So yeah, that whole discussion, I mean, Big Pharma is one of the hugest, just in terms of screwing people, like they just get away with murder in America because of how the system is set up. Let me try to get something else. You in Puerto Rico? I am not. Other side of the world. Why should I vote for a socialist? Get out of my chat. Okay. I don't want to bother people too long with just long pauses. Let me try to get... Here's a super chat. What happens if Trump is reelected? I don't know. It's incredibly hard to predict how the world is going to turn out if that happens. I mean, it was hard to predict what would happen if he won in the first place. It's going to be more madness. Maybe the war with Iran will go through. I mean, I hope that Bolton and Pompeo don't have that much control over Trump. It appears that Trump actually wants to de-escalate the situation there in terms of de-escalating war. But because he puts these idiots in power in his administration, it strips him of all ability to actually have say over what he's actually doing. Because he has, I mean, Pompeo and Bolton, for as terrible as they are smarter than he is. So if they have an agenda to push through, they're going to push it through regardless of how he feels about it. Okay, let me try to get the super chats now, and then here we go. I think got them. So one was moved to BC, the other two were just money. So thank you Ahmad Husseini for the cash. Thank you Florin. Thank you Brett Patterson, and it just went away. One more time. And thank you Psychotic for your questions. All right, this was fun. Maybe I'll take more questions tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on vacation now. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.